Hello, Billy Ray Huzzy, again here with Southern Folk Pottery Collectors Society, and I want to take just a few moments of your time to look at some face jugs that are in our sale number 62 and talk about them just a moment. And we're going to focus mainly on this Edgefield face jug, probably about late 1840s, maybe 1850s. We're still doing research on these face jugs. And of course the incised teeth, Kelvin teeth of the eyes. And this has some wash across them, which is real interesting. And if you notice these flat tops, the Holcomb, which was a family down in South Carolina, did research, excavation, and really was serious historians, had some information. They believed that this was from the Thomas Davies site, that a potter was working there. You don't see this anywhere else. It's in a dark alkaline glaze from the others that have the double collars. The way this thing is the question mark ears that they did. And this one has the center point right there. And if you just notice, this interesting, it does not have a center point here, so he forgot to put it on. But very interesting face jug there. Like I said, about 1850s, early 1860s, more likely. There's always a little controversy about these, but when they were made, but there's more research coming. And this is in the sale. And there's some others here we'll focus on just a moment that are sort of noteworthy. Obviously here, probably the most important and prized of the 20th century face jug makers is Harvey Reinhardt from Vale, Lincoln County, North Carolina. That's about 1930s. Here's a Burley Craig, and this is interesting, a small one. That you see the blue rutile that's in there, that was natural in the clay, and that's one of his late 1970s piece. Over here is Lanier Meadows, and this was when he got some clay that accidentally melted with him, and you notice the teeth melted. And this one has a really strange look, makes you smile, laugh a little bit, and that's probably from the early 1970s of Lanier Meadows in Georgia, White County, Georgia. This is one of Casey Meadows, which was Lanier's uncle, one of his uncles. This is Casey, who later moved to Catawba Valley. This is probably very late 1920s, very unusual piece, and the ears are like a S shape, which is really unusual. These are rare, and he's got china plate fragments for his eyes, and the teeth, the lips must have blew off in the keel, but he had china plate teeth. This is again another Lanier Meadows. This was when he was first starting. This is probably late 1960s when the Smithsonian was down doing the documentary on his family. His father Cheever had died, and so Lanier had to step up. And these are some of the earliest ones of Lanier's. There's no teeth at all, and the face is sunk in. The eyes are just rolled balls, and that's a very, very, very rare piece there. Down here, we've got some Browns, and the Browns have over a century. Of course, they've stopped now with the passing of Charlie Brown, who we did a memorial to in our catalog, was the last working of the male Brown potters. This is probably a late 1920s. It's a number 47, which they did to order by. They had a little technique they were trying to make mail orders, but that's a Browns. It's signed. This is Burley Craig, again, of his early. It's from the late 1970s, but double row, china plate teeth, no eyelid, and the glaze is a starting initial version of his alkaline glaze. And we'll finish up with this Brown's pottery piece here, which, you know, I mean, you have to say that's quite a honker, don't you think? He's quite a piece. And they really were ingenious with their face jugs. They were the only ones that carried it out into caricatures. They did some of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So they were very prolific face jug makers, but each one is highly prized by collectors to this day. And like I said, we're in the progress now of selling this sale here, which is about 300 and almost 350 pieces. We call it deep and wide because there's so much information, so much diversity in this sale. This is quite a phenomenal landmark catalog that we put together because of this assembly of pieces for private collectors for sale. So check us out on the website and come see us, and we appreciate your time. Thank you much. Bye now.